Hey y'all, welcome back to Mulberry Branch Farm. It's Ashley here with you again. And you can tell Indiana winter is being Indiana winter. Actually, this is probably the first winter in a few years where it actually feels like winter. We're getting lots of snow, lots of ice. It's been really interesting. And it's making me really glad that I'm not kidding out boar goats. Or around this time last year, if some of you remember and have been with me from the beginning, we were right mid-swing in our kidding season for our Nigerian dwarf goats because we'd had a buck that broke in and bred quite a few of our girls, which we love those babies. We love our goats. We take a lot of pride in taking care of them. But those cold nights with no sleep and lots of stress really takes a toll. So I'm really happy this year that we are saving all of our breeding for late March to late May. So instead of a week of no sleep, I'm going to stretch it out into 2 months because that sounds a lot better, doesn't it? Speaking of the goats, they've just noticed that I'm out here to do my evening chores. Right now for evening chores, we do a lot of hay in the winter because hay metabolically for goats takes a lot more energy for them to digest. It's like stoking the stove. Because it takes more energy, it keeps their bodies warmer longer. Whereas grain's really great for an instant heat up for the body, but over long periods of time, and generally just because it's not good for them, I don't feed them grain every single day. Right now, we're starting to up our grain to every other day because we're gonna start entering into those last 2 months of gestation where feed is super important for our expecting goats because those last 2 months are when baby starts to grow. It basically explodes in there. It just goes through an amazing amount of growth. I just think it's so cool too because you'll go with these does where you don't see anything from them, and then that last 2 months they balloon up and it looks like they've got a whole basketball team in there. But Mossy, are you unsure of what to do when you're the star of the show? I don't think she wants to be the star of the show. What? Are you hungry? Did I sneak up on you? Ren and Lola are my alarm clocks. So these two girls right here, and more so Ren has made it to where I can never sneak up at feeding time anymore. I used to be able to sneak up. They'd be in the back feeding or along the fence line. I'd sneak out here real quick and get the hay out and the grain out if that's what's going on that day without anybody knowing, because it is a literal mosh pit in with these goats. You guys have seen that in the past. It is a literal mosh pit when I come in here with feed. And now it is every single time because Rennie really loves her hay and she gets so excited that she brays. But the bad thing about that is she alerts all of these guys that food's coming. So I just got to get ready for the mosh pit, I guess. Let's get some hay. I know, Lola. You taking your food to go? She left you all on your lonesome. On days like today, I really wish that we get a break from the snow. I know we've been so fortunate in past seasons, not to mention this last winter season hasn't even been all that bad. I've only recently had to start carrying buckets of water because it's too cold. I wasn't good about getting my water hose up so that I could actually keep it in the garage, emptied, unfrozen, so I could actually do some of my chores out here. So you guys see there's some changes around the farm. I'm keeping the water buckets near, and just like every other day, trying to make sure to get nice fresh water in. But I think this weekend we're supposed to get some really terrible temperatures, like way down in the negatives. Not really uncommon for Indiana in the wintertime, but I mean, it's also not uncommon for us to have 60-degree days. So I think I've been hoping to keep the 60-degree days around, and it's been different. And we're having to make sure to keep hay out here for these girls. Actually, I'm going to show you guys something from last week because we had a little bit of a breakout, and it's because these girls were telling me I was a little late on getting their breakfast. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that because we got some interesting tidbits about our goats. Good morning, and the battery's about to die. Ah! Take 2, new battery. So I'm watching my good friend Adrian at Farmstead Smith on her Tuesday live. So if you guys are ever not really doing anything on a Tuesday morning, she holds a great live at 9:15 Pacific Standard Time. But as I'm watching my good friend Adrian, I look out the window and I have goats that have escaped on the other side. Let me go. They're trying to come back in there. See? Look. Where are you coming out at? Where'd you get out at? Really? 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 You came through this hole? What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, you're gonna just eat bark now? Way to redirect. Way to redirect. I know, don't make fun of my fence. I've got an old gate with some welded wire on it, and then I've got a panel, and then I've got part of a futon down here. I mean, we really rough it out here. I'm looking over here. I don't think... Sky, no! No, Sky! No! Sky, no! It's Sky trying to get out. What the heck, Sky? Gotta find something to hurry up and put in there to keep her from getting out. I'm gonna put a log. I don't have time really to address this right now. I'm just gonna put a log. Like, I'm gonna put a log in here. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't think that's gonna work like I think it's gonna work. Hold on. Could you like not try to investigate? Get out of the... You guys are so naughty. He's got snow on you now. Lord. So guys, be honest. What do you think of that? Yeah. Some homestead ingenuity right there. So I will obviously have to go get some fencing or something to block this with, because if I've got a doe that's wanting to get through that way, they could probably go around and get into the buck pen. And yes, we're talking about Rosie. 100% we are talking about Rosie. Rosie was over there. She came through before I got to it. Sky was over there. And I know Sky and Tootsie have been finding ways out. The only good thing is, like, you can tell, like, with the snow right now is going to kind of tell me where they're getting out, and that's good. But they don't always wait to escape until there's snow. You can see everybody over here. See, there's one of them. Pretty sure she's bred. She just wants to get out to nibble, and that's really the main reason that these girls are escaping. It's not so much that they're in heat, or because a good portion of them are bred covered. We're going to be doing blood testing here soon. They want out because you see all of that. That's forage. And they like to go through and they like to eat the dead leaves, and they like to chew on the honeysuckle branches and things like that we don't have over here because we have goats in this pen. So, like, literally there's nothing here that they can chew on outside of wood bark. And you can see Rosie's doing that right now. You probably think she's in trouble. Are you gonna go eat the... See, she's gonna go... What are these trees? I see her. I'm gonna face away from her so she doesn't think I'm... You got Miss Rapunzel, who's doing the same thing. Except that is a very, very dead fence post. I don't know. And part of that too is because usually they'll walk around and graze, and with all the snow, there's nothing for them to graze in here. So a lot of them are just going and chewing on the trees along the fence line, which is what's encouraging them over there. So I guess it wouldn't hurt if I dropped a couple extra flakes of hay to kind of pull them off. It's so bright out here, guys. Sorry. Hi, Dilly. Hello, Dale.
How you doing there, Miss Billy? How you doing now, Miss Billy? Got the cutest boop. Boop nose. Boop.
You don't want to boop?
Boop.
You'd rather scratch your butt than get booped. There's some lovely ladies. Hello, Wren. Hello, Renny Wren. And you see the donkeys are basically making their own way, pawing and breaking up the snow. So whereas these guys, their hooves are a single hoof, and those single hooves make for they make for better shovels in the snow. So in the wintertime when it snows, you'll see these guys out here pawing. It's because they're pulling up whatever grass they can that's underneath the snow. Whereas the goats are cloven hooves, so they've got their hooves are kind of like this. They're not like a single hoof like the donkeys are. And really when they try to scratch, it kind of gashes. It doesn't really shovel the snow off. So that's why you can see like the donkeys are over here making really, really short work of the... I know, honey. I know. You're so good. You're such a lover. You're such a lover. But that you can see like she's done a really good job over there, Miss Lila has. And Wren's got it all around. Haven't you, Ronnie? You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Get in. Come in. Don't put your head out there, Sonny. Get down. Rude. So rude. So you guys can see we've got a whole lot going on. That was taken about 8 days ago. So there's still snow. We haven't had a warm up or anything. And sometimes when that browse goes down suddenly, like it has, my girls get a little rambunctious and start wanting to steal away into the neighbor's cow pastures next door because they still have some rough forage. And you know, we're getting ready to do some blood testing. So I will have a video out after this one on how to blood test your goats. And the video after that will probably be about biosecurity panel testing, why it's important, and the results from our biosecurity panel test, because that's why we're going to be drawing blood, we're doing the panel testing, and we need to know who out in that field has got some little ones on the way, because then that means I can get some solid calendar dates. Oh, and another really good thing happened last week, which I really hope the chickens are right about this, because I'm about done with winter. Little salmon Favril eggs. Well guys, the girls have officially decided the drought is over. They started laying eggs today. Freeloaders no more. Feels good when those girls finally start paying their rent again after they stopped in the fall. Girls, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. It's like, these are like the only two chickens roughing it with the turkeys. This is our first year with the Colombian Wyandottes, and these guys are hardy. These guys are not afraid to come out in the snow. And I always think it's funny too, because they look so white until there's snow out, and then you can see, even though they're white chickens, how dirty they actually are. Let's see if they've got anything for me today. Let's see. Hello, ladies. Well, hello. Hello up there. You guys got eggs for me? Oh, we do have an egg. We got 2 eggs. 2 eggies right there. Got a salmon Favril egg in here. Our daily occurrence is happening back there. The turkeys and the dogs never, and I mean they never, agree on whatever it is they're disputing. They just are on 2 opposite sides, and there's no common ground. Hey, so the freeloaders are freeloaders no more. Getting eggs every day now, which is nice. Even though it's cold and we're supposed to get negatives and it's snowing and everything else, it still doesn't affect the length of the day getting longer. So that means that winter is on its way out. Even though in Indiana it feels like it just got here. Everything to its season. We have to have winter to move to spring. Not to mention with some of the bulbs in the ground that we just planted, this is great. If you guys missed that video where we were using an auger bit to put our bulbs in the ground in January. It's going to be linked up top. But this is great to have this bad weather, to have this really cold, frigid, ground freezing weather, because it gives those bulbs some chill time so that they'll actually react to the warming temperatures in the soil and the length of the days getting longer. So we've got a lot of signs, and I hate to say this, guys, but underneath some of that snow in our garden, crocus already starting to poke up. We've got hyacinths already poking up. They're just happily asleep under this nice white blanket that Mother Nature is giving them. So I know this format is a little bit different today. We're doing more throwbacks to last week, but yeah, so we had breakouts last week. We're getting ready to draw blood. The chickens are telling me spring's around the corner, even though Mother Nature, with her preferred precipitation right now, is telling me otherwise. But I'm going to go with the chickens on this one and say spring is around the corner. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I know we are a little bit all over the place, but this was a true vlog style video giving you an update on our farm, what's going on with it, and what you guys can expect in the near future. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by leaving me a like, dropping me a comment, and subscribing. But if you subscribe, don't forget to ding the notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything else going on Mulberry Branch Farm.